Okay, now you saw a note. Now we're going to develop the idea of comparing long division versus synthetic division. We're going to use the problem x to the fourth minus x to the third minus 2x plus 2 divided by x plus 1. First, we'll use long division. I'll go through that really quickly here. Write your division symbol for long division, and the divisors on the bottom, you stick it in the front, and then the dividend, the number on the top, x to the fourth minus x cubed minus 2x plus 2, that goes underneath the division symbol. But you must be very careful, and any powers of x that are missing, you have to have it in descending order. Any powers of x that are missing, you are going to fill in the space with 0 times x squared. Don't forget to do that. Fill in the space, and then we divide by, out in the front, the divisor, the bottom of the fraction, x plus 1. We ask what must we multiply x by to get the first term underneath, x to the fourth. The answer is x cubed. So we distribute multiplication and subtract it. So we're subtracting x to the fourth plus x cubed. Okay, distribute the minus sign. When you do this, you get 0 first, always, and then you get negative 2x cubed. Bring down the rest of the stuff, plus 0x squared minus 2x plus 2. We'll bring it all down. Now you ask yourself, what must I multiply the x by, just the x, in order to get negative 2x cubed? And then we're going to distribute that multiplication. So it's negative 2x squared. Distribute that multiplication, we get negative 2x cubed minus 2x squared, parentheses, subtract, and then bring down the rest of that stuff. Now you ask yourself, what do I have to multiply the x by to get the 2x squared? The answer is 2x. So at the top I write plus 2x, and I now distribute the multiplication and subtract. So it's minus parentheses 2x squared plus 2x. The first is 0, of course, and the other gives me negative 4x when I subtract. Bring down the 2, I have negative 4x plus 2. So finally I ask myself, what must I multiply that x that's out there on the left, way out there on the left at the top? What do I multiply that x by to get negative 4x? The answer is negative 4. Write that on the top and distribute the multiplication. Subtract negative 4x minus 4. Be sure to distribute the negative sign. You'll get 2 minus a minus 4, which is 2 plus 4. It's 6. That's our remainder. So how do we write our answer? We bring that up on top, plus the 6 divided by the divisor, x plus 1. Solution, here's the solution. It's across the top, x cubed minus 2x squared plus 2x minus 4 plus 6 over x plus 1. Now, there are some really smart people who said that just takes way too long. And as you know, in the note, I said to you, you can use synthetic division whenever you're dividing a polynomial by a polynomial of the form x minus c. X minus c. X to the first power minus c. Okay, so in this problem, the thing we're dividing by, the divisor, is x plus 1. Well, that's the same as dividing by x minus a negative 1. So the c value is negative 1. X minus c. That's x minus a minus 1. Okay, let's go ahead and do it using synthetic division. Here we only have to consider the coefficients that are multiplying x. So we make our symbol, the division symbol, and we're only going to list the coefficients under it. So we have 1 is the coefficient of the first term, negative 1 is the second, 0 for the missing term, negative 2 is the coefficient in front of the third term that's listed, and then the last term is a 2. So the coefficient is 2. Now, we have to put c out on the left side of the symbol. But what is c? Remember, we're dividing by x minus c. That's what we always have to divide by when we use synthetic division. Otherwise, we can't use synthetic division. So x minus c in the divisor is x plus 1. And as I said earlier, that means that c is equal to negative 1. So we can consider that x minus a negative 1. So we're dividing by negative 1, which means out in the front of the symbol for synthetic division, we put the negative 1. We put the c value, which is negative 1. Okay, so right there, negative 1. Okay, now what do? Now we write a line, and we simply bring down the first number that's under the symbol. The first number under the symbol is a positive 1. What do we do with that positive 1? We distribute multiplication by c, which is out there on the left side, the negative 1. Distribute the multiplication and list the result under each of those numbers. So we have, let's see, we just have negative 1 negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. Stop right there. See where that came from? It's the c value, -1, times the number I just brought down, 1. Well, what do we do with that? We add. We don't subtract with synthetic division. We add. We add. -1 plus -1 gives us -2. What do we do with that? Distribute multiplication by c, which is the -1 out on the left. -1 times -2 is 2. Positive 2. Add, you get 2. Now multiply -1 times positive 2 is -2. Add, you get -4. Multiply -1 times -4, you get positive 4. Add, you get 6, and 6 is our remainder. Now, I took a long time to describe that, and I have all those arrows. That is not necessary. Let me show you in fast motion what this thing looks like. It's super fast when you get used to it. Okay, fast motion. Put the symbol, put the coefficients. Well, first the c value, -1, then all the coefficients using zeros for missing powers. Bring down the 1, the first number. Distribute multiplication. -1 times 1 is -1. Add, you get -2. Multiply. You get 2. Add, you get 2. Multiply. You get -2. Add, you get -4. Multiply. Okay, it's faster than I can even talk. The point is, how do we write our answer? See, we get our answer from the bottom row. The bottom row is a list of the coefficients for the answer. Now remember, we were dividing an x to the 4th minus x cubed minus 2x plus 2. That means that the answer is going to be 1 degree lower, 1 power lower than the question. The question was an x to the 4th, so the answer will be x to the 3rd. And the coefficients on the bottom start with x to the 3rd and work their way down. So that's 1 times x to the 3rd, then the minus 2 times x to the 2nd, then the plus 2 times x to the 1st, then the minus 4, then plus the remainder divided by the divisor, x plus 1. We get exactly the same answer, but in fast motion, when we get used to this process, it's super fast and it takes such a little amount of space. The only problem is you can only use synthetic division when you're dividing a polynomial by a polynomial of the form x minus c, x to the 1st power minus c.